How did the Earth become a chunk of ice? The course of volcanic emission on the Earth was all the while going on. Alongside the magma emerging from the well of lava, gases and unsafe carbon dioxide used to emerge. The carbon dioxide spread and the environment began retaining the sun's beams, because of which the temperature of the Earth began expanding. Because of climbing temperature, sea water got changed over and joined within the site of carbon dioxide to frame corrosive downpour. The carbon dioxide that accompanied the downpour was consumed by the stones and stones. Because of the consumption of carbon dioxide in the air, the temperature diminished to 50 degrees Celsius in a couple thousand years. The Earth in this condition is additionally called snowball. Because of the snow all over, the beams of the sun were reflected from the Earth and the temperature couldn't increment. The snow continued to increment. How chilled transform into water? The focal point of the Earth was as yet hot. The ejection of volcanoes likewise proceeded. Yet, the snow was such a lot of that the intensity emerging from the well of lava couldn't liquefy it. Yet, presently there was no such source which could assimilate carbon dioxide. Every one of the stones and stones were covered under the snow. By and by carbon dioxide showed its power and consumed the intensity of the sun and constrained the ice to liquefy. Till now the days had additionally happened at 22 hours. During the dissolving of ice, a compound response happened because of the bright hurtful beams coming from the sun, because of which hydrogen peroxide was shaped from the water and oxygen because of its breakdown. This oxygen gas is 50 kilometers. At the point when it arrived at the upper air, that too a compound response occurred, which was brought into the world from which a gas named ozone was framed, which halted the unsafe beams coming from the sun, which gave an establishment to the start of Ivan. For the following 150 million years, the layer of this gas turned out to be extremely thick. Alongside this, trees and plants appeared and how much oxygen began expanding further. Indeed, everything was working out in a good way. The primary fish out of the water, Tiktaalik, was attempting to emerge. In 15 million years, it made the Earth its home. With this the mythical beast fly was conceived and a lot more animals began to frame. Because of the abundance of oxygen, their bones and muscles were developing extremely quick. Then there was an unexpected change in the environment. A long time back in the Siberian fields unexpectedly magma began emerging from the Earth. And every one of the living creatures there passed on. In the Gondwana mainland, maybe nothing had occurred. The temperature here was around 20 degrees Celsius. Out of nowhere debris began falling there, which is 16,000 kilometers. It was of an emitting well of lava. Sulfur dioxide emerged from that spring of gushing lava. Furthermore, that gas got blended in with the downpour and became sulfuric corrosive. The person who consumed everything on account of which every one of the living creatures were killed here as well. This expanded how much carbon dioxide. The temperature climbed and the water evaporated. Life ashore was finished. The sea was beginning to become pink. Everything had vanished, there were no plants or creatures. On the off chance that there was something in the sea, green growth. Assuming there was whatever might make do without oxygen in the hot air and hot sea, it was green growth. Air pockets of methane gas began turning out in the ocean water. Till now this gas was frozen, yet because of the expansion in the temperature of the sea, it began dissolving and emerging. This gas is multiple times more harmful than carbon dioxide. Everything was finished and the Earth was again in a similar condition as it was 250 million years before that time. A supercontinent reframed? The two mainlands were brought together by volcanic emissions and magma streams, and a long time back, Pangaea turned into a supercontinent once more, which was spread from one post to the next shaft. How did the Earth become tenable once more? The impact of corrosive downpour was finishing. The seawater had likewise become blue and the Earth had turned into a blue planet. Trees began recovering once more. Presently it was the ideal opportunity for dinosaurs. Alongside their development, new islands were being framed because of volcanic emissions, and because of the movement of upper plates, the supercontinent was breaking and separating into numerous mainlands. A long time back, a space rock 70,000 kilometers bigger than Mount Everest, an enormous mountain. At that speed it was coming towards the Earth. Its middle was Mexico. Its fall creates the force of a few million atomic bombs. After its fall, All that on the Earth was obliterated, and a thick obscurity of residue wrapped the environment. The ground temperature increased to 275 degrees Celsius. Every one of the plants and creatures reached a conclusion. Yet again there was an adjustment of the climate of the Earth, and when everything became typical, warm-blooded creatures began. Which go on till date. Homo sapiens, that rank of people in which we as a whole come. They were created quite a while back. After this, the world that you see today was shaped. Hello friends, this is part 2 of the video. If you want to see part 1 of this video, then search on some title of this video. Friends must see part 1 of the video, only then you can get the complete information. Until now, like and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to see this video. Thanks.